The Dacia Duster, your cheapest way into a fully fledged SUV here in the UK. All Dacia needed to do was make it look better, and they have. It looks bigger. It looks beefier. It has more road presence. But it's not bigger, it's the same size. LEDs. Got a nice big infotainment system here, which is touchscreen. Is it squidgy? No. No, it is hard. First of all, we go up, we go down, whoa, we come back, we go further away. You know what? Much more than I thought. And walk off. Gas struts. The Dacia Duster, your cheapest way into a fully fledged SUV here in the UK. Now, some would say that's not exactly selling it, but for a family man like me who looks in shock at the receipt of his latest food shop, cheaper is definitely better, or at least it's intriguing. It makes me say, what am I getting from my money? How does this compare to those SUVs that are nearly double the price? Well, stick with me and I'll hopefully answer those questions. We start off with the looks of the new Dacia. Well, the old Dacia, it was more practicality over looks, to say the least. So all Dacia needed to do was make it look better, and they have, thankfully. Let's talk about it in a little bit more detail. It does look like a fully fledged SUV stroke 4x4, a little bit off-roady. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's start with, it looks bigger. It looks beefier. It has more road presence, but it's not bigger. It's the same size. It's 4.34 meters long. But I think that's quite a nice touch, the fact that they make it look a little bit bigger than it actually is. Let's talk a little bit about the trim. Come with me. Now, I mentioned the word off-roady. Again, not sure if that's a word, but we'll go with it. That's what Dacia have done. Here, they've got some recycled plastic that they call Starkle. Make something sparkle with that, editor. This, I think, makes it a little bit, I mean, it's like cladding on your house. It just makes it a little bit prettier. And it also makes it a little bit more off-road. But this is the thing that makes it look off-road. While I get my hands dirty on the tyres, there's a little bit more gap there, a little bit more ride height. So it is differentiating itself from the Nissan Qashqais and Ford Kugas of this world, which they're SUVs. This is an off-road Dacia, although this one isn't. There is a 4x4 version though, just to let you know. Let's talk a little bit more about the aesthetics of this thing. We've got some roof bars there, we've got a nice bit of privacy glass, we've got some shadow line, so it looks really good. And this green colour that we've got here makes you look like you're in an army convoy. Yes, love that. But also, I think with some straighter lines, the shape of it has gone a little bit more boxy, which is not a bad thing. Let's think about some of the others out there that are doing it. Hyundai, the Santa Fe, the new one. I mean, the Santa Fe was a very nice looking car, but then they made it big, they made it boxier, and I think this resembles that a little bit. Let's flash up a Hyundai Santa Fe and a Duster, and you can all tell me I'm wrong, but hopefully you'll see where I'm going with it. Let's get to the back. The back end of the Dacia, we've got it written in white, and we've got hybrid written on it just in case you forget what you're driving. But the lights, the V-shaped lights at the back, very nice indeed, a lot nicer than the outgoing model. And while we're talking about lights, let's go back around the front. Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. LEDs. Yes, LEDs in low beam. Okay, the full beam isn't LEDs. That's halogen. I think halogen. Yeah, halogen. But LEDs. A couple more things you should know about the Duster. They've done away with the diesel option. It is dead. We only have a hybrid option or a petrol option. And also, let's talk about the wheels on this. 18-inch diamond cut alloys on the Duster. Whew, love them. Right, okay, I'm just about to show you the engine. The 1.6 litre hybrid engine that is in this, but really, I want to show off one thing. It's got gas struts. Gas struts on a Duster. I've not got one of the little thingy bobbies, no. And look, I can just and walk off. Gas struts. And as if by magic, I'm in the Dacia. Right, I'm in prime position, in my driving position, and let's talk to you about the interior of the Duster, because it's well known that the entry-level Duster doesn't come with much. No, 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 it doesn't even come with this auto climate control, with your aircon and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't. However, the Journey models, the Expression models do come with stuff, and that's what we've got here. We've got digital display here on my driver dashboard. We've got a nice big infotainment system here, which is touchscreen, has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and nav on there, DAB, all of that sort of stuff as you would expect. And we've got some other features that I wasn't expecting, like the wireless charging pad here. Obviously you can get wired up as well. And I think, above all, it's practical is the main thing. Right, now it's time for a squidge test of the dashboard and just the general interior. Is it squidgy? No. No, 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 it is hard. It is a hard place to be. There's no squidge at all, but it does go with that rustic charm that the Duster is trying, or Dacia are trying to achieve with the Duster, with a proper off-roader. So, we haven't got much there, but we have got some nice touches in this edition. So we've got, I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up. We're going to go very, very zoomed in on this, because this is a little bit of a darker blue as opposed to just all black on the inside. And then that, you see that go through to the seats as well. A little bit of denim, I say. Reminds me of Bewitched, the Bewitched video, C'est la vie. Double denim, but this hasn't got double denim. It's just got a little bit of denim with the black seats as well, which I think is quite a nice touch, and things that Dacia have actually improved on the outgoing model. But very comfortable and quite an alright place to be. But I need to talk about storage in this automatic off-roading beast. We're ready, armed with bottles. Let's see what the storage is like in the Dacia Duster. And I keep calling it an off-roader. There is an off-roader. Don't pick me up on it. Right, here we go. Right, door bins. Got a bit of space in there. That goes in there, no problem. So does that. It's quite a big door bin, actually. Very, very long. Right, okay, let's go on into here. Obviously, we've got a bit of space here for my charging pad. Right, cup holders. Goes in no problem. My second bottle. Wait a sec, I'm hindered by this, which is quite good for storage, funnily enough. But yeah, maybe a small cup there and a big cup there. But that is very, very big. Lots of room in there. Absolutely lovely. I've got a couple of charging points as well there to get wired up, USB-C. Right, glove box. Oh, glove box is very big. Very big glove box. That has surprised me, as you could probably tell. Bigger than anything we've had so far in the last few months anyway. Right, okay, big glove box, big door bins, cup holder, hindered by this monster centre console. Let's get in the back. Good news about the back seats of the Dacia Duster. I've got some room. That is my driving position there. And look how much room I've got in front of me. And headroom as well. I'm about 6 foot. Don't say I'm not. I'm 6 foot. This works absolutely perfectly. I've got some charging points there that should be in every car, and they're actually not, so that's not taken for granted. And I've still got my denim. I've still got my Bewitched style denim in the back as well. So I'm pretty happy, pretty comfortable. It looks pretty spacious in here, but we need to see if it's spacious. 3 adults across the back. Come on. Okay, now it's time for 3 adults across the back challenge. Come on. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. And we're in. Nice. It's the little things in the Dacia that make all the difference. Like this little light. Yes, that is just by my steering wheel up there. And I can also take it from my steering wheel off and perhaps look for things in the dark. But also use it in the back here. It's got a little connector. It's also got a little connector up here. I'm not sure why you would use this, but I should imagine for some form of reading or looking for stuff. The Dacia Duster Lite. I'll take that off now. Right, families, if you're wondering about the Dacia, we know there is room. So I have a car seat, but I wanted to talk about the ISOFIX points because it's got them, which is good news, but there's a little zip here to gain access to them. This isn't uncommon, it is on the Peugeot as well, but I just feel probably not necessary. But ISOFIX is ready. Once the car seat is in, we've got plenty of room and we're ready to go. So it is very, very good in terms of room back here for children. Right, my favourite moment, the boot space. It's a big one in the Duster. Now, there are models and there are versions. 517 litres on the big one. Then it shrinks further down on the 4x4 version, and then this one, the hybrid version, is around about 430 litres of boot space, but pretty big. It's very windy today. We've got a parcel shelf flopping around here. Right, okay, we've got some room. Let me show you the boot though. Obviously we've got this cover to go back in, don't lose it. We've got levels to this boot, look. I've got a floor there that I can remove and have a deeper boot space, a little bit of a load lip. You know, I don't like a load lip, but it's all right, it's not too bad. But no thrills or spills with the boot space, it's just a big, big boot space. Now, let's let the seats down. If we take the parcel shelf off, and we're gonna let the seats down, keep that safe. We've got a 60-40 split. I can't let the seats down from here. I have to go round. Dacia Y! It's not that big a deal, but I prefer to, I'll go round and, bear with me. I just pull this down, bosh, it's down, and then wait, bear with. I just have to pull this one down, and then wait, look how big it is. It's massive in here. Oh, it's a workout to get it done, but it's really, really big. Once you do it, I've got a van, a really big van. Whew. Right, the good news about the boot with the shelf, it is a nice level loading space, but let's load it to show you how much room I've got. If I'm going on holiday, I've got the big case, it's in. And then I've got the medium case, it's in, and then I've got the small one that just tucks down the side there, and I've got room for hand luggage. Come on. First things first, here in the Dacia Duster, as I'm driving around town, let's talk visibility. Now, this is a little bit of a drawback on the Duster. If we're talking about SUVs, we expect maximum visibility. I'd say the visibility on here mirrors something that we saw in the A-Class that we did a couple of weeks ago, so a hatchback. I would say it's still fine, it's still adequate, but you want bigger and better, especially if you're driving around at height, as we are, because the ride height position is actually really quite good. So yeah, that's the first thing on the visibility. Very comfortable driving position, steering wheel's absolutely ideal. The digital dash brings us on to the actual drive of the car, because that is telling me about my hybrid and about my power. So this is the 1.6 litre engine, the hybrid that we've got here. There is another option that gives you 130 brake horsepower. This one gives you 140 brake horsepower, so not a massive difference. Now, the one thing I will say is with the petrol option that gives you 130 brake horsepower, it actually gives you a miles per gallon of pretty much the same as this. This is around about 47, like late 40s, and there's not much difference between the petrol version and the hybrid version, which will make people think, why am I paying more for the hybrid version when it doesn't give you much more on the economy? And I tend to agree with them. However, I'm pretty pleased when my hybrid does kick in around town. I'm driving through city centre now, and it is around about 20-30 miles per hour is when it actually performs with the hybrid. And then once you pick up the speed, it kicks in and away we go. with my actual petrol powered engine. The automatic gearbox, very, very seamless. Yeah, extremely responsive when you put your foot down. It does give you that little bit of power to get off the line, or at a roundabout if you need to. So it is very good for town driving. So let's take it out on a country road and see what it's like as an actual SUV. Right, the handling of this car is a little bit rugged. And when I say that, it feels a little bit more like a 4x4. Now, this isn't the 4x4 version. There is another version, as I've mentioned. And I don't actually mind it. I think it's the fact that it's a little bit different is a good thing. It's not as smooth as some other SUVs out there. But like I say, when you open it up, it can be a little bit bumpy and you can feel it a little bit more. But the good news is it's very quiet, especially at low speeds. So I'm not too concerned about the revs. I'm not too concerned about the wind noise. That's all taken care of. When you do climb to a speed on a motorway, you do get a little bit of wind noise, and then you get the little revvy counter going a bit crazy, so almost like it's a little bit of an underpowered sort of engine. But for the most part, it is very, very good for your school run drives, for your around town drives, which is pretty much what we use our SUVs for. No one goes climbing mountains anymore, especially in this country. If they say they do, they're lying. One of the positives when driving the latest Dacia is the infotainment system. The infotainment system is very, very nice indeed. Very easy to use as you drive, not distracting at all. The sat nav, again, very HD, nothing cheap about it. And sometimes Dacia has been accused with their Dusters of lacking on the inside. But when you get the Journey or the Expression models, it has everything you need, including the digital display in front. I also like the fact that I've got buttons. You know, I don't want it all on the infotainment system. I like the choice of buttons and the infotainment system, and it's of course touchscreen. We have some other things that will help you in and around town, especially in this city centre today, because there are varying speed limits. Well, I have something that is going to beep at me very regularly when I just nip over 30 or just nip over 40, or possibly haven't noticed that I've gone into a new zone. So there we go. That is quite a nice little feature, as we'll show it off now. There we go. There was the beep. There it is again. It's still beeping. Right, slow down, Zach, slow down. Right, while stationary, I wanted to show you some little features. Now, it's worth mentioning that all Dacia models get reverse sensors, which is good, but this one has got a nice reverse camera. And whilst it's not the most HD screen you'll ever see, we've got some options here. So I can click, and I can look out the front. I can look to the side to see where I am when I've parallel parked, how far I am away from the curb. Nice little touch there, Dacia. You're just expecting a standard reverse camera in a Dacia Duster. No, no, no. The new one has got it all singing, all dancing. And then I can flip back into drive mode and we're ready to go. But yeah, pretty pleased with the Dacia Duster infotainment system and reverse camera. Nice little touch. While I'm stationary, we've discussed the reverse camera. We like that. Let's talk about getting the actual driving position. So I'm in park. Steering wheel, first of all, we go up, we go down, whoa, we come back, we go further away. You know what? Much more than I thought in terms of manoeuvrability there. I like that, Dacia. Thank you very much for giving me so many options. The seat, they've got the trusty bar to slide me forward, to slide me back. Okay, that's fine. And then we've got a lever down here. That's just going to pump me down, isn't it? And then it's going to pump me back up again. Yeah, no problem. Dacia, I knew you weren't going to be electric seats coming out my ears. I knew it's going to be absolutely fine though, and I'm pretty comfortable. So on that front, quite like with how much I can move this. So yeah, driving position, no problem at all. How do I sum up the new Dacia Duster? Well, you have to pay a little bit more money to have the mod cons on the inside, like the outgoing model. You have to pay a little bit more money to have the 4x4 version, like the outgoing model. What Dacia have done well They've made it a lot better looking than the outgoing model, and it's very spacious on the inside, and it's a pretty comfortable drive. It's a very capable SUV and definitely going to be perfectly placed as one of the cheapest on the market. Get in touch with Vertu, drive one yourself and see what all the fuss is about the new Dacia Duster. And remember to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next review. See you soon.